So
So
last time we did height and width. This time we're gonna do the box model. And this actually explains very clearly what we were discussing the other day about the difference between margin, padding, and borders, right? Because
yeah,
now we can see that here we have the content, whatever we write into the element, and in between the, the border there is the padding. So it's the distance between the actual content and the border.
if you choose to have padding, yeah.
No, we can leave that even blank. And then we have margin. And I asked Neil whether it would be possible for us to style any of these um, um, things. And the answer is yes. We can actually style margin differently, style border differently, padding differently, and content differently. So we could have a range of styling for these elements, yeah?
Of course.
Alright, so this is exactly what this lesson is about. It shows that, so this thing outside is, that's, okay, so there's a margin here, but the margin doesn't have a color, it's white, right?
Yeah.
Then there is a border, which in this case is
Green.
solid green. It's 15 pixels, solid green. And then we have the padding, which is 50 pixels, so the difference between here and here. And then we have the
Content
content.
itself.
So if we were to change the colors here, we could actually make it look pretty different. So if we say solid yellow, for instance, on the padding,
I don't think you put solid.
what did I put?
I don't think you need to put solid, I mean.
On padding.
hmm
Why doesn't it work, mate? Can you even style the padding?
Of course.
So why doesn't it work? Solid yellow.
You don't need solid. Maybe you need to put a comma.
Some reason it doesn't work.
Put it before the pixels.
Here. I don't know why it doesn't work. Alright, so I'll try to put it here. So when does it need solid and when does it not need solid? Maybe
By default, it's solid.
I think light gray over um, the light gray here on the background color is overruling this. Don't you think?
Maybe,
What if
I don't know.
I delete background color, okay? And I come here and I say padding solid yellow. Doesn't work.
It won't recognize solid, I don't think.
Red. Red. We ruined it, mate. So why did I ruin this? I still don't understand why I ruined it. So it's meant to be solid green. So if I just change it to red. Okay, so that requires solid. Border requires solid. What about padding? Solid red. Why does it not get it? Red.
Maybe the format it's being written is wrong.
But wait, the padding is... Does it not meant to have 50 pixels? Okay, so there is the padding. So maybe we cannot change the padding style.
You can.
We can, you think? So why does it not change it?
Because we're writing it wrong.
We're probably writing it wrong. Okay. So what about margin? Can we change this at least? Red.
I don't think margin can have color.
Surely it's red. Okay.
You wouldn't want the margin to have a color anyway.
Why not?
Because it'll just look weird.
Okay. Well, anyway, I want this in my website, and I want this to be yellow. I'll just put it like this. See? Yeah? Should I put this on our website?
Go to the padding, see why it doesn't work.
Hmm?
Go to the padding and see why it doesn't work.
Oh, you mean go back? Here? Ah. You mean try to make it correct, okay. The Wi-Fi here. Oh my god. Alright, so padding. It has to be it doesn't show how to style it. That's probably why we couldn't do it. So it says how to size it, but it didn't show us yet how to style it.
Showed us before, maybe it's in margins or borders.
Okay, so here in the border there is styling, but we already did this. Oh my god. Okay, that's border color. What's this? Only the border and the background color seems to have style mates.
You can give padding style.
You sure?
Hmm.
Okay, let's Google this. How to give padding color. And the internet is not helping. don't see any. I only see background color and border, mate. I don't see any padding
You
styling.
can style padding.
You're sure? You bet your life in this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It says you should consider using borders and specify the border color as the color that you would want the color padding to be. Otherwise, place another element within the element that you want to be colored padding in and change the background color of the outer element to the color you would want the colored padding to be. Okay, so we cannot put color on padding per se, but there is a way
There's
to
a
do
way
it.
to do it.
So, should we put this on our website?
Put it.
Okay, so we're gonna copy this on our CSS file, shade project, beautiful shades. We're going to our CSS file. We're gonna copy this here. We already have a div, so we're gonna give it a class name called
Box model.
box model. We're gonna copy this because we're gonna need it to create a class in our CS HTML. Gonna open this in Notepad. Open with Notepad. We're gonna copy it here, paste. We're gonna create a div class equals box model. And close it, open it, div. Is it before or after?
It's before.
Correct, right? Okay, so this is correct, no? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And we're gonna put something's right.
This is a box model.
This is a boring box model. We save it. We run it. Let's see what's going on. And as you can see, there's nowhere to be found.
Because it's inside the image.
Why is it inside the image?
Where did you put it in the CSS code?
Should we have given it a margin so that it comes on the right? No, it's nowhere to. Okay. But why did it get it so low? Because it's spaced
Because it
on
has 500 pixel margin all around.
Oh, so we want to give it only to the left.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go back to our CSS. Let's give it, where is it? This one. Okay, so margin is 500 pixels to the left. We start from the top, right? Top, right, bottom. So 0 pixels on the top, or let's say 5 pixels on the top. Then how much? 100 pixels.
Yeah, anything.
And then yeah, 3 pixels, 30 pixels on the bottom. Do I have to put commas? I don't think I have to. Save, run. Yes, mate. Very good. I don't think we need that much space, so I think we should reduce the padding.
Reduce it.
Let's reduce the padding. Padding, where are you? I think I'll just copy paste the top one.
That's the wrong one.
No, but I'll just copy paste the values. Paste. Save. Run. It's still much. It's okay. I think it's too much on the right. I'll just reduce it on the right. Alright, so the right is top right. It's this one. I'll give it 5 pixels. Save. Save.
It's not a padding, it's just text.
It's the text that is big. You think?
You should center the text.
Oh, the text is not centered. Oh, you're right. You're right. How do we center the text?
In the
Text align
HTML.
center. Text align center. Save. All right. So why don't we just do padding 5 on all sides? 5 pixels on all sides. Same.
It's the wrong one.
Oops, undo. 5 pixels on all sides. Padding 5 pixels. Save. Oops. Save. Okay, it's not the best, but why is the border so big? Can we reduce that? What do you think? I think that's too much.
5.
Better?
It's fine.
But I also want to change the color of the padding. Let's see,
The background.
light blue. Save. I don't want it gray. It's meant to be a beautiful sight. Anyway. So yeah, cool. What did I do? Okay, so we've done the box model. Is there anything else? In order to set the width and height of an element correctly, it says, in order to set the width and height of an element correctly in all browsers, you need to know how the box model works. Important. When you set the width and height properties of an element with CSS, you just set the width and height of the content area. To calculate the full size of an element, you must also add padding, borders, and margins. So, here's the calculation. 300 pixels width plus 2 pixels left and right padding, 10 pixels left and right border, 0 pixels left and right margin equals 350 pixels. So you calculate all of them together. The total width of an element should be calculated like this. Total element width equals the width plus left padding plus right padding plus left border plus right border plus left margin plus right margin. So basically they all add to each other.
Pretty much.
Okay, and the total height is the height plus top padding, top border, top margin, bottom margin. That's pretty much it. Okay, we're done with CSS box model.